This is Hornby Island. I just got off the ferry and I'm heading across the island to Tribune Bay campsite. There's lots of wineries, farms, as you might imagine. Music tonight. Oh boy, that sounds like fun. It's in a winery. I'm by myself. Bob and I have done this trip every year for 28 years. This is my first trip alone. The kids will be joining me on Thursday. You can rent kayaks and canoes and bikes. It took me 3 hours to get here. And I left this morning from Rhonda's house, which is Colba Hill. So it's a long trip, and there's not a whole lot here, but that's the beauty of the island. During the summer, I think the population must not just double, but quadruple or even more. And then after this weekend, this is the long weekend in Labor Day weekend. After the long weekend, everyone stands at the ferry dock and waves off the last ferry and cheer. And the reason I know this for a fact is Bob and I usually come this weekend or the weekend before, and we've been in the restaurant and wondering what everyone was cheering for, and then realized that it was all the locals cheering because it was the last ferry for the summer. Boy, a lot of bikes. And they didn't know that we were tourists sitting there listening to them, so we got a sort of insight of how they feel about tourists. But just like Vancouver Island, it's our livelihood touristry, so there's their fire hall. There's no fires on the island right now because this has been a terrible fire season for BC. It's been no rain, although of course the day that I come, it's raining. Yes, more bikes. Up here is the community hall, and they have dances there and music, theater. There's a little baseball field to the left. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, we're almost there. I have never seen so many bikes on this road. Basically, this is right across the whole island, so it's not a really big island. There's a couple of roads at the bottom of the hill that go off in different directions. And Ford's Cove is to your right when you get to this intersection. Coming up. They've got a free store here. People bring stuff they're not using. Just like Salian, only the difference is you don't pay for anything. You can take anything you want from there, bring it home with you, and if you find you don't need it anymore, you just bring it back and someone else will use it. And they call it the free store. come to the intersection. Halliwell Park to the left. That's a beautiful hike. This is the Co-op Market Center. They've got a few little restaurants here, all in a square. And that's their Co-op, that green store. I'll give you a tour of it later. But we are going forward to Tribune Bay campsite. If you go to the end of this road, there's a trail that takes you onto a beautiful beach called Tribune Bay. This is Tribune Bay campsites to our right. Their office, which I'm going to get out and go pay. About $40 a night, and I've got 10 nights booked, so that's pretty expensive, but it's worth it.